There's a lot of different routines that you can do inside of frequency training, but let's start with the core training routine that we do every morning. And let's go through all the different, it's a 5-stage process. So let's go through that. We went to stage 2, which was the identity, stability, and self-efficacy. So that's already happened. Step 1 is cognitive offloading. So some people would view that as the regular journaling routine where I just write for 2 pages about whatever's on my mind, right? So what we're doing there is offloading working memory. And as we continue to improve our ability in this, then we start getting into future scripting and narrative writing instead of offloading. So it's
Right.
much more about the things that are going to happen. If we put that into paper, it creates this level of clarity and it drives different actions. So those are the first 2 steps. The third step is known as empowering beliefs. This is not about who we are or what we're capable of. It's about how the world works, right? So, for example, one person might believe if I let go, everything's going to fall apart. I tried to trust people and I just can't trust people. They always let me down. So I'm not going to delegate anything in my business, right? Someone else might believe delegation expands my impact. When I let go and I step up into a greater role, it creates space for other people to thrive and other people to grow. And when I do that, systems strengthen and people rise and my business accelerates. See, it's literally just an opposite belief, right?
Right.
And science has demonstrated over and over again that we can, that this concept of belief reappraisal, that we can reappraise and rewrite our beliefs around how the world works. We can also rewrite our beliefs about what happened to us in the past. So someone might loop that person, the CEO looping that they got fired, actually went through this process of belief reappraisal, and they wrote 6 pages and came up with 52 different things that were positive in their life that would have never happened if they didn't get fired from the CEO job.
Yes.
And that process of going from 2 years of looping that I'm past my prime to 1 30 to 60-minute process of saying, whoa, look at all these amazing things that happened. And through training, as we do it, you don't need to write it. It becomes automatic. And it goes from you're not looping about the past. You can see how everything's working for you in the present. And
Correct.
that changes your emotional state. So this huge element of belief reappraisal that aligns with the life and the results that we want to get.
Mm-hmm.
So that is step 3. There's plenty of science related to that. We can shift them. And when we shift them, our emotions change. This is a huge one. Our beliefs and thoughts create our emotions.
Yeah.
And when we shift our beliefs, our emotions change. This is documented in plenty of different levels of science. And so through that repetition on a daily basis of re-encoding these level of beliefs over time, we start to believe it and it doesn't take long until we feel differently, right? So now we're starting to stack these things. Now I'm starting to believe more about what's possible for me and who I am. I'm starting to believe more expansive things about how the world works. I'm starting to feel more clear, more calm, less stressed, more regulated.
Mm-hmm.
Through those 2 processes, the processes of 2 and 3, we are also encoding our intentions. And so there is a difference between being, I'm a visionary entrepreneur who launches products to prove to people I'm successful. The intention is to prove to other people I'm successful, versus being, I'm a visionary entrepreneur that creates products that positively impact the world. And the intention there would be to positively impact the world, right? Same
Right.
identity, same beliefs, same actions potentially, totally
Yes.
different state of intentions. And those intentions really, really matter. And most people are not aware of their true intentions without intentional training and a lot of self-awareness.
Right.
And so we're encoding these level of intentions so that when we show up differently. You can do the same thing for how you show up with your family, right? I'm a visionary father who leads our family with joy, peace, and fulfillment. right? Like that
Mhm.
is that is a whole different intention that I need to get rich to provide for my family. I need to grind and
Right.
suffer in order to make enough money so our kids think that we're rich, right? A totally different way that you actually just show up at dinner. People's
Mhm.
eyes light up. Okay. So now we're going through this. The fourth step is future scripting. So we're creating clarity around the things that we're going for in our life. And so those could be things like uh, my business evolves to a full vision and positively impacts millions of people. Could be our family gets that beautiful house on the beach that allows us to thrive and grow all the things that we want to do. Could be that I ran that marathon. I set a personal best at that marathon. Right. So we're putting our attention on the things that really matter to us.
Yeah.
For those of you that listen to the frequency chain episode, you'll notice that we've just built an entire frequency chain except for the actions.
Which is
So we've
the other
encoded
part of all.
that. Then step 5 is action. With that, um, with that awareness of this is who I am, this is what I'm capable of, this is what I believe about how the world works. I feel differently. I'm encoding different intentions, and this is what I'm going to happen in my life. Then we think about, okay, so what would I do? And the first step is awareness, to just be aware that, whoa, like the things that I would do are totally different than what are on my schedule today. They'll inevitably feel unfamiliar. If they felt familiar, you'd already be doing them. So they'll feel
Mhm.
unfamiliar, and you'll have this awareness of, whoa, if I was a visionary entrepreneur that empowers others and I believe delegation expands my impact, then I wouldn't have 16 meetings on my calendar today. I'd be focused on the vision. I'd be focused on empowering others. I'd be focused on delegating, focused on building systems. Whoa, light bulb goes off. So first step is awareness. And the second step is to then begin to connect the dots of, like, I kind of went there already, right? Okay, so I have 16 meetings on my calendar today. But if this is this is who I am, and this is what I believe, and this is how I feel, and this is what I'm trying to do, and this is the results that I get, then what would I do? Oh,
Right.
I would empower others. I would have a clean calendar. I would focus on the vision. I would focus on building systems. I would be focused on delegating. I'd be focused on attracting and developing talent. I'd be focused on building a simple, sustainable business. Right? I'd be focused on simplifying things. And through that, then as you go through the process and you begin to rewire the neurons, that behavior starts to happen naturally. So consciously and naturally. And that becomes a huge unlock for people. And yes, just like you didn't go to the gym for 6 months and getting the gym membership feels unfamiliar, maybe. It's literally the same thing when you have 16 meetings on your calendar and you need to get rid of all of them and focus on the vision for your company. It feels unfamiliar, but you can do it.
If you want to keep learning from videos like this one, I recommend you check out this video right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast conversation, you can click here.